I'm Cathy Gandy, a brother educator, and today I'm going to show you a wonderful feature on the new Avenir called Picture Play. First, we're going to come into embroidery. So I'm going to touch embroidery and say OK. So after we come to the embroidery screen, you're going to see two icons down here. We always had My Design Center, but now we have Picture Play Embroidery. This is our fun new feature. So I'm going to select Picture Play, and it's giving me all the little ins and outs of how to use it. So I can bring in a PNG, a bitmap, or a JPEG, and I can do it by USB stick, or I can do it by the wireless pocket. This wireless pocket is the one that's used in my design center, so it's a shared pocket. I'm going to do the USB, so I'm going to touch the USB, and right here I have my demo rose. So here is my rose. This is what we're going to use with Picture Play. I'm going to go to Set and wait for it to come up, and here we are. So when it comes up here, this is where I can size my image. Right now it's 3.75 by 3.75, so I can size it up proportionately just like we've been used to for sizing in our wonderful brother machines. Down here you're going to have three different icons. This one is for the background, and we will come to that one in a minute. This one here is for framing. So you have a circle to frame it with, you have the rounded corners, and you have the square frame. This is how you can frame it to get the different little framings that you want. So you can frame it and have your Picture Play stitches stop where it stopped framing. So I'm going to cancel that and come back here. And this is another sizing feature that I really like. So I can pick my hoop size, so I can pick which hoop I want, and I can fit to frame. So this is going to size it so it will fit to your frame. So whatever hoop size you pick, it'll fit to it. So I'm going to cancel that. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. And then I'm going to come to my background. So this is the last icon down there, and you can see all the background, and I'm going to turn that background off. So I'm going to hit preview and wait until it takes all that background away, and I can see what the software sees. It didn't take long at all, and so now I can see just the rows. That's what the software sees, and that's what its main digitizing is going to be. So I'm going to say OK to this. I'm going to leave that background off, and I'm going to go to Next. When you're here, you can see that we have a custom tab. Now the custom tab is where you can pick your own colors for your digitizing of your design. But we have the original, and that is like photo stitch. But after you go to original, we have different styles, and you have 10 different styles. So we'll scroll through these, and when I scroll to one, down here it tells me what that one is. So this is Icon Art, and then you scroll to 2, and you have Art Deco, and with 3 you have Pencil Sketch, and you can just keep on scrolling all the way to 10. So you have 10 different ways to digitize this design, plus the original. So we're going to come back to the original, and I am going to select it and go to Next and wait for it to digitize. And it is not going to take very long. But while that is happening, I'd like to show you that this is one, and you can see all the different stitches in here, that it has a lot of stitches. And look how wonderful this magnetic frame held it. You really want to do these in a magnetic frame because it really holds it well, and you can see that there's hardly any puckering there. So it's recommended that you use the magnetic hoop to get the best stitch out you can get. As you can see, it's already digitized, and I am ready to set and sew it out. You can see up here the default number of colors is 15, but I can add or take away different colors that I want. So I can use more colors or less colors. And I have my brand of thread right here. So you can see how easy it is to change the looks of it. But it's amazing that it did it so fast. I'm going to return now. This is the original, and with the original we have the slide bars here like you have in PE design, where you can change the photo to be where you want it to be. So I'm going to cancel that, and when I slide to the next one, you can see that that's grayed out, because when I switch to the styles now have control. So I'm going to go back to the original, back to the styles. I'm going to scroll to style number 2, and I'm going to return here because I want to bring back my background. So I'm going to say OK, and it brought my background back just very quickly, and OK, and next, and then scroll to 2 and preview. So I'm going to wait and let it do its work. And there you go. That is Art Deco with a different style. Look at it, it's just beautiful. So there is another button down here, and I'm going to touch this button and preview. And wait for it to do its work. And now it took it to the red color of the rose. So this here, when I have it off, it'll take up the colors from the regular rose, but it gives me the Art Deco style. And then when I turn it off, the Art Deco is going to use its own colors. And so that brings me to the Custom tab. And when you come to the Custom tab, you can bring in your own color palette, so it will digitize it in the Art Deco style, but with your colors. So now we're coming to style number 2, Art Deco, one more time, and we're going to use the Custom button. So when I touch Custom, I'm going to bring in, off of the USB, a preloaded JPEG, which is the butterfly. This is going to be my new color palette. So I'm going to touch the butterfly, and there's the butterfly, and go to Set. And once I do that, my new image of my colors shows up down here. I'm going to turn this on and do Preview. And when I do Preview, it's going to use the colors of the butterfly on the rose. And there you are. Is that not wonderful? So it's just amazing, and there's just so much that you can do with this. So you can go to another one, and we can pick the Geo Art and touch it and preview. So with each one, you have the 2 different ways that you can use it. It will use your original colors, and then it will use its own colors. It's just so much fun, the different effects that you get, and if one doesn't appeal to you, I know there's others that will. So there is the Geo with the red color, and then we can turn this on and preview. The amazing thing to me is the amount of time it takes is just not very long. So you can end up with just what you want, and there's going to be several that you're going to want. It's amazing what it does. There you go. Picture Play is a new feature that is going to bring you hours of fun and amaze you with every different image that you get.